This video contains content that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
I make it up to the apartment. He lets me in. He goes, sits down on the couch, starts chilling. I literally barely walked in the apartment and I was like, where's the money? He asked me to come sit down. I was literally just standing there staring at him. Then he asked me again to come sit down, and then I did. We were sitting on two opposite couches, basically just facing one another. When I sat down, he was like, you look good. I like your hair. I gave him the stellest thank you. I had observed the room. I noticed the carpet right there that my feet was on, and the TV had already been mounted to the wall. I say, what's up? What's going on? What are we doing here? He says, why can't you just sit there and be cool? I said, I did not come here to hang out. You know what I came for. Then he asks me, why are you even here? I said, are you kidding me? You just asked me to drive down here to get the money that you owe me. What are you talking about? I said, there's no way. You just told me to come down here and you just asked me that question. He says, the last time you were here, I gave you back one of the items you was asking for. Now you here asking about some money. I repeat it again. Why would you tell me you're going to pay me back? Why would you ask me to drive all the way down here to come meet you to get the money? I said, you had me go open up a whole bank account just to have me sitting right here in front of you? For what? Why did I go open the bank account? Now he's questioning me. What, you got a pimp? You kept talking about your dad this, your dad that, but what, you really got a pimp or something? He laughs and says, you owe your pimp money, don't you? I said, what the f*** I look like having a pimp? And if I did have one, don't you think he would be here with me right now? So then he says, what are you, the feds? What are you, a CI? What, you wearing a wire or something? I said, why do you keep bringing up police? If you haven't done anything to have them involved, then why do you keep bringing them up? He's like, he's been in shootouts before. He's been shot. Everything I've been doing, like coming into his apartment looking for him, blowing his phone down. He said people get unalive for doing shit like that. He then asked me, have you ever been to jail before? I said yes. He says, me too. So you can see why I've been feeling skep about the way you've been acting. When he's saying all that, I'm just observing his actions, and I had seen a pillow right there sitting next to him. I did not know what was behind that pillow. Now I'm starting to freak out a little bit, and I'm like, why did I just come up here, one, by myself, two, without any protection? I left my protection in the car only because I didn't want him to see it in my purse, think that I was trying to set him up, or think I was trying to come there and intentionally harm him. I didn't want him to think anything. Again, trying to prove myself. No reason that I had to. I just wanted my money back, and I did not expect things to go left. I was sitting there looking distraught. I was probably pale, looking sick. I'm like, damn, how did I get myself in this situation? He says, why you sitting there looking with that dumbass look on your face, looking all silly as hell? I said, can you just give me my money back, please, so I can go? He says, I took that shit back to Walmart. It should have been posted back on your card. I said, do you realize it's been 2 weeks? That would have been posted back on my card. You know you didn't take that shit back to Walmart. I said, this is the carpet that you got from Walmart that I got my feet on. That's the TV hanging up on the wall. No, it's not. No, it's not. He said, does that even look like the TV that you got? I looked up. I said, yeah, it does. He says, well, it's not. I said, if you really took that stuff back, it should have been posted to my card days afterwards. He told me, that's on you. Said, well, I took it back. I don't know what to tell you. I said, well, I got the receipt sent to me so I can just pull it up. I tried to pull the receipt up in my email, but from where we were going back and forth, I'm nervous, shaky. I couldn't even find it. I'm like, fuck, because I was trying to be quick on my feet.
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like and comment. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Please put your notification bell on so you're notified every single time I post. For some reason, while editing the video, I realized that some parts of the video is lagging, so I do apologize. But I have to let you guys know that the next part of the video is very graphic. So if you are very sensitive to certain topics, please click off now. I'm also going to put another warning sign so everybody understands. First thing, I do not understand why she continues to go to this man's house with nobody else and no protection. Second thing, this man is a master manipulator and he needs to be stopped. Third, him constantly bringing up police is a sign that he knows he's not paying you back and he knows what he's doing is wrong. I don't understand where the disconnect for her is, but yeah, girl, he's giving you the sign. I'm glad that she realized she doesn't have to prove herself, but she's continuously trying to prove herself to him. And that part is what I do not understand. You do not have to prove yourself to this man. He's not even a man, to this guy, boy, that has already shown you who he is. It's just, I don't understand that part. I don't understand it.
Warning. This video contains content that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
When I couldn't find it, I said, it don't matter. I know what you got. You can't take back wine. You can't take back ruffles that you ate, the drink that you drunk, socks, t-shirts. He just kept deflecting. I said, I told you my situation. I'm broke. I don't got it like that. I really need this money back. He says, you should be more worried about going out here getting to it instead of bugging me since you're so broke.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine.
I said, coming from the person who said they got $100,000 in the bank and that they was going to pay me back.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine.
So now he asks again, what you police? What you a CI? What you got a wire on? He says, I'm really trying to figure you out. I said, what have I done for you to keep saying and bringing up the police? He replies and just says, show me that I can trust you. Show me that you're not the police. I said, you keep saying that. I've done enough for you to trust me. I don't know what else you want me to do. I just want my money back, please. He says to come this weenus to show him that I don't have a wire on. I told him, you sound absolutely insane, and that's not what I'm about to do. He told me, oh, yes, I was. I'm not going to go into full detail about what happened because it's too explicit, but what happened to me was not consensual. And in that moment, I was not able to physically overpower him. It all transpired within like 3 to 5 minutes. He was saying to me how he's been seeing me watching all his Instagram stories and that I've been checking for his location. And I was pleading to him that I didn't want any problems and that's not what I was on. He says, what you trying to see then? You see I'm a fucking celebrity, don't you? Stop playing with me.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine.
The tears was just rolling and he's telling me to stop crying. I was in shock, numb, stiff. I just began to silent cry. Next thing I know, he even grabbed inside and felt inside of my shirt, I guess for whatever imaginary wire he was looking for. Next thing I know, he has a handful of my hair, pulls my head back, and is telling me, bitch, moan. Not much longer after that, he finishes on me and on the floor.
I know a lot of people are calling her all kind of names under her comments, under my comments, saying all type of things, but she did not deserve that. She did not deserve that. Understandably so, she did put herself in this position to deal with this man, but she did not ever deserve that. I am livid. And I called it in part 1 when she said that was the only time that it was consensual. And I said in part 1, I hope and pray that's not what she says happens in the later parts. My goodness. My goodness.
And he just went back, sat down on the couch, scrolled on his phone like nothing happened. I stood in like a state of shock, not even realizing what just happened to me. I'm just going to stop and explain about something that I have learned about, and it's called the 5 F's. Fight, flight, freeze, flop, and friend. The F that I experienced was freeze. Freezing is not giving consent. It is an instinctive survival response. I walked towards the kitchen sink, started to clean myself off. I even had to take my sandal off and wash that off too. I took a deep breath. I said, you got what you wanted. You need to pay me back now so I can go. He says to pull the Best Buy lease up. I said, what happened to you just giving me the money? And he says again to pull the lease up. I said, you can pull the lease up on your phone. He said, just pull the lease up so I can pay it. I was just ready to get it over with, so I pulled the lease up on my phone. Once I pulled the lease up, I had it on the page where he could have just paid the payment. When I handed him my phone, I was right there, right up on him. And he was telling me, you see, I'm trying to pay you, so just back up. I looked towards the TV, and then when I had glanced back down towards my phone, I'm like, hold on, is he putting the passcode to my phone? I don't have my phone set up to where it locks after so long. I have to physically lock and unlock it. But then I'm like, he can't know my passcode, so there's no reason why he'd have to do that. I had looked over for a quick second, but then I was like, maybe I'm just tripping. I glanced back at the TV. When I did that, now he's passing me my phone back, and he's like, here, it's done.
As a survivor, I'm not going to judge her for how she reacted because everybody reacts differently. But again, I wish she would have gotten her family involved earlier. I know she said she was too embarrassed to tell them, but I wish she would have told them earlier. Also, she needs to be pressing charges for that. Forget about the money thing for a second. That is more important. She should have went straight to the hospital and did a ape kit and gotten, because it seems like he did not use a condom. So she should have went straight to the hospital. Oh my goodness. My heart is breaking for her. But then it's like, oh my gosh, why did you even have to go with this guy? Cousins, unpack your thoughts in the comments. After hearing all of this so far, are you still judging her the same? Do you understand why she is the way she is? Do you sympathize with her? Do you still think she's delusional? Do you still think she wants him? This is truly sad. This is truly, truly sad. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that the truest account that she opened for him in part 5 here on my channel, the last video, is the account that he's using to pay back all these bills. Because all of a sudden now you're willing to pay back? Oh my goodness. I
looked down and I seen it had said payment made, processing, lease paid off, all of that. I had a sigh of relief, and I'm just looking down at the phone and the lease, analyzing everything, and he's like, damn, you can't even say thank you? I said, I don't think I should have to do that. Are you going to give me the rest of the money or send it? He says to me, nah, we about to do the responsible thing, and I'm about to pay your bills up. I said, that's very nice of you, but that's not what I want. I just want the money back. He said, you've been talking about how you so broke, so I'm trying to do the responsible thing and help you out and pay your bills up.
Oh my God! Wow!
I told him that wasn't really necessary, and he says that that's something that he wanted to do because he wanted to help me out. I was just like, whatever, that's fine. So now he's like, what bills do you got? And I said, I just have my electric bill to pay, and I have my credit card bill to pay that includes the $400 that you spent at Walmart. He tells my credit card balance was over $800. He tells me to first pull up my credit card banking mobile app so that he can pay it off. As I'm pulling that up, he gets a phone call from one of his friends. They're going back and forth. The friend asked him about some girl that he sees on his Instagram, and he's asking him how he knows her. He says, man, you know how many bitches is in my follows and in my likes and try to talk to me daily? I don't be paying attention to that shit. The friend was talking about how she was such a baddie, and he was talking about how he didn't give a fuck about that shit right now. That's not what he was focusing on. As he's saying all that, he's clicking on YouTube. Now he's playing his music and his music videos. He tried to do that shit when we was in the car, and I didn't pay attention to it or acknowledge it then. So in my head, I'm like, I don't understand why he's trying to put this shit on the TV now. I don't give a fuck. Again, I pulled up the screen to where he could just make a payment on the credit card, and I passed him my phone.
Cousins. Who the fuck?
And this time I could actually see him entering in some bank account information.
Yeah, yours.
The friend was asking him about some music video that he had just done. Then he was asking him about why he had posted it on Instagram and then took it down. He told his friend that it didn't have enough likes and views for him, so that he was going to repost it. I'm like, it's only been 2.5, 3 weeks, and you already made a music video with the camera and the rest of the shit from Best Buy? He finishes what he's doing, passes me my phone back, and it was on the screen where it has said payment processing, like he had paid for it. Now he's saying to me to pull up my electric bill. I pull up my electric bill to the page to where he could just make a payment. As I was about to pass him my phone, now he's saying, oh, I made a DoorDash order and they're saying that it should be delivered, and asked, Would you mind going out to check and see if it's out there?
Go out, get the DoorDash, quote unquote, and run. Go in your car and go to the hospital.
I thought to myself, like, yeah, just go out here and check and see what he's done and see if he actually made these payments. So I say to him, that's fine, but I'm not leaving without my phone. Like, I was literally in the midst of passing him the phone and I took the phone back. He like, that's cool. I don't want your phone no way. You could take your phone. I said, I'm not trying to get locked in or out of this building anywhere. So yes, I need my phone. He was telling me to not step all the way outside then, and then I won't get locked out. I'm like, that's fine, but I'm still taking my phone, and I'm saying that as I'm walking towards the door. When I walked out, I instantly pulled the lease up, and I'm clicking through it, looking through the payments, and it had said there was no other payments that need to be made and that it was fully paid off. I pulled up the credit card banking mobile app. I checked that again. It had said payment processing. I had a sigh of relief, and I was just like, it's finally almost over. I make it to the door that's leading out to the garage. There was no food sitting out there. I waited a couple minutes and then I was like, yeah, I'm about to go back inside.
I know for a fact that this is her fault as well, but this man is literally taking advantage of her weaknesses, knowing that she is quote unquote broke. This is why you never tell, especially a stranger, your deep things that you're going through. You should have never told him that you were quote unquote broke or none of that stuff, because now he's using money to play you. Once you said no, he didn't have to pay your bills, you should have just left it at that. No, you don't have to pay it, even if he said it's something that he wanted to do. I hope and pray this woman has learned her lesson from this, because there are so many lessons to be learned here. She is too trusting. She is way too trusting. My goodness. What exactly were you going back inside for? Unless you had something left inside, which you should have took everything with you. Why did you go back inside? For what? For what? Unpack your thoughts in the comments. This is starting to piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. I understand everybody handles trauma differently. I understand she really wanted her money, and when you literally have nothing and you gave up your last, you have to fight for what you literally don't have. I get that. But at this point, this man has raped you. He's taken everything from you, your dignity, your pride, everything. And literally you gave him the money willingly. But that is the only thing that you're still stuck on. What is going on? Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this. The story is still going on, so I'm coming back with a part 7. I'm mind boggled that she literally went back inside. Like, girl, that was your chance to leave. That was your chance to leave. And what is the purpose of him telling her to go outside and quote unquote get DoorDash if it was nothing out there? He was doing something. Something is coming up. We're gonna find out together. Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this. I'm a little pissed off. Ooh, bye.
I went back inside the apartment and I told him I didn't see any food or anyone out there. He says that's cool and then says to pull my electric bill back up. So I pulled back up the page to where he could just make a payment on my electric bill. I handed him my phone, and again, I was right there watching to see what he was doing. And I could see again that he was entering in a bank account. A couple minutes go by and then he says, here, I'm done, and hands me my phone back. When I looked at my phone, it said there was a $500 payment processing. So now I'm like, whew, okay, well, I'm about to head out of here. He says, nah, hold on one second. I think I overpaid you. I said, overpaid me? How could you have overpaid me? And he said that he shouldn't have put $500 toward my electric bill and that was too much. So now he's telling me I owe him money. Then he says, if I don't pay him back, then he's going to cancel both payments that he just made. I said to him, I don't know what to tell you. I told you my situation and I don't have nothing to give you. I said, when it posts to my account, then I can send you something back. But right now, I told you my situation and I don't have nothing that I can give you. He says to me, I don't give a fuck about your situation. Fuck your situation. You got to pay me. He was like, bitch, you owe me $500 and I want that shit right now. I said, I don't have $500 right now to give you, so I don't know what to tell you. By then, he raised up off the couch, stood in front of me, and now he's telling me I don't have a choice but to pay him back right now. He told me that if I knew what was best for me, and if I knew what was safe for me, that I would pay him back right now. After what he had just did to me, and after all the uncrypt this and uncrypt that, and me thinking he's in a gang, I was terrified. I said, I can't give you $500 tonight. I can give you $200. And he said, yeah, send that shit right now. So in a state of panic, I Apple paid him the $200. He tells me, nah, that's not how he wanted it. He wants it in cash right now and that I had no other choice but to go to the ATM and get that shit off. I said, listen, I don't want no problems. I just want this to be over with. He walked back into the bedroom and then came back out. I did not know what he walked in there and got. He says, let's go. I'm coming to the ATM with you. I told him I can run and just come back, and he told me no, I didn't have a choice and that he was coming with me. Then he tells me, I'm about to send you $100 back and then you get $100 out of the ATM. In the midst of all of that, we're walking out of the apartment. We make it down to my car and I head to the nearest ATM, which was Speedway right around the corner. I didn't even touch my phone. I didn't want him to think I was trying to call or text anybody. I drove so fast to Speedway. When I got there, I hopped out the car and tried to hurry and walk in. He hops out the car and walks right behind me. I walk in, walk straight to the ATM. He's trailing right behind me. Then he passes by me at the ATM and now he's walking around the store. I had got the money out so quick and I rushed right back to my car. I'm sitting in my car watching him from inside of the store and he was walking around the store looking for me. Then he takes a look out to the car and I'm assuming he sees me in the car and that's when he begins to go pay for whatever he had picked up in the store. He comes out, gets in the car, and the moment he gets in the car, he asked if I had got the money. I said I did and he said give it to me. I'm giving him the money the same time as I'm pulling off from the gas station and I literally flew back to the apartment so quick. I pull back in front of the apartment thinking that I'm about to drop him off. He tells me no, park your car. I parked my car, of course leaving it running. Now he says, nah, you about to come up here with me. You not leaving yet. I said, why can't I leave? I'm just ready to go. He says, ready to go where? Ready to go to who? I said home. He says, nah, I don't know what you about to do or where you about to go. You need to stay here a little longer. He says again, I need to know that I can trust you. He says, you don't want me to cancel them payments, right? I said, no. He says, okay then, come up here with me. We go up to his apartment and as we're sitting there, he's big chilling, eating his snacks that he just got from Speedway. He's all on YouTube playing funny videos, laughing, all type of shit. I was literally just sitting there with a blank stare. All these thoughts was just going through my head and now I'm starting to calculate everything up. From where I was just in a state of panic, I didn't even realize the calculations. I pull out my calculator, I'm adding together what he claimed he just paid, the credit card bill balance and my electric bill, the TV wall mount, the payments I had made to Best Buy, all of that. Even the $200 that I had just gave him that he had claimed I owed him. I didn't include the payment that was made for the Best Buy lease because that was a remaining balance that I hadn't even paid yet. I added up everything I spent, ATM trips, everything. That did not equate to me owing him any money. I literally had just gave him more money, giving him the $200 that he claimed I owed him. So now I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God. And he notices and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why can't you just sit there and be cool?